What is Oceano, California all about? Well, let's talk about it and stay tuned. Well, hello there, and welcome to the channel, Central Coast Living here in San Luis Obispo County on the Central Coast, California. My name is Verenice White. I'm a local real estate broker with Goodell and White Real Estate Group here with EXP Realty. So John and I were from Goodell and White Real Estate Group, and we are locals here. We raised our kids here. We grew up here, and we're still here, and we absolutely love it. However, it's not for everybody, or we want to tell you as much as we can about it as you're researching the area. So friends, right now we're getting calls from people all over each and every day wanting to relocate here, move within the county, or to, actually leave here, California. So if you are researching the area, feel free to reach out to us, give us a call, text, email, whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. It does not matter, because we've got your back when you're moving to the Central Coast, California. Okay, so let's dive right into what Oceano, California is all about. Some general information here for you. And the first thing is going to be there, here on the Central Coast, it's wind, sand, and surf. That's pretty much all across the Central Coast, California. So when I'm talking about it's sandy, the sand has made its way onto the sidewalks, as you can see here. That's just part of the deal. So Oceano is a population of about 7,800 people. It's about 8,000 people. It's a small stretch towards the south end of town. It's part of what we call the 5 cities area here. That's what the locals call. So that's what we, the locals, call it. Encompasses the 5 cities, which would be Rio Grande, Oceano, Grover Beach, Pismo Beach, and we got one more left, Nipomo. So these are the towns that make the 5 cities. So Oceano is in there. And as I've said before, we all kind of mesh into each other. So Oceano is well known for its sand. Number one, you need to know that there's a lot of sand here because you are by the Pacific Ocean and there is sand everywhere. So there's going to be sand in your car, depending on where you land in Oceano, most everywhere it's going to be, there's going to be a film on your windows, on the sidewalks, because the wind's blowing and all that. It can pile up in certain areas. So you're living by the beach in Oceano, so just realize there's going to be sand everywhere. So that is something that you need to be aware of as you're researching the area, that this Oceano is a sandy place. It's got the dunes and there's sand everywhere. Okay, so the next thing we want you to know is that in Oceano there are really, really high winds. So the winds really pick up in certain parts of the day. It's just how it is. It's the way that the climate is here. And on the side token of that, if you are a windsurfer or a kite surfer, we see that all the time when that wind picks up. It's one of those things that's puts us on the map, is that because our winds are so high here, that you see some pretty intense, got people doing their thing here in the ocean, and it's pretty awesome. So they're flying up in the air, they're catching the air. Some people don't like it. I don't mind it. I'll take my walks. I'll do whatever. I love the beach, and that's just one of those things that happens here in Oceano, is there are high winds. So that will maybe make allergies happen, things like that. So just do your research on that as you're exploring Oceano. Okay, another thing to take note of is that Oceano is unincorporated. So the county will be maintaining the roads, things of that nature, and enforcing anything. So for, police force, you're gonna have to wait for the sheriff to come around. Also, you won't have too many street lights, or the sidewalks are kind of missing, and some of the roads are just kind of wonky and not well maintained because the revenue's not there. And so you're kind of waiting for the county to jump in and take care of that. On the flip side of that, as I talk to my friends and people that I know that have lived in Oceano, is that, you don't have a lot of like somebody kind of coming around and telling you can't do this or that. So, it gives you a little bit more freedom, I guess, that there's not that restriction, someone kind of, just keeping an eye on you. So that could be good or bad. So that's where you're going to see some there's not going to be regulations highly enforced, perhaps. And so you might see some cars piled up a little bit more in certain neighborhoods and things like that. So, just take note of that it's not incorporated, it's unincorporated. So then, there's just things that aren't going to be taken care of as if you would be, in a city or something that's got some kind of revenue and regulation. Now, something else that's kind of interesting and unique to Oceano is that it has alleyways, alleyways in the back of some of the homes throughout some of the neighborhoods. So then you would have access to perhaps bring a boat around to the backyard or a trailer. And some of these alleyways, just can be a little not well kept up because people are putting their items there. So there's pros and cons to that, but I mean, just know that Oceano does have some alleyways, so that's kind of interesting. We don't see that everywhere here in the county, and that's kind of specific to Oceano. So there's alleyways in Oceano. Okay, so we're working really hard to bring you some really good information. So be sure to leave us a comment with things that you want to know about so that we can bring you that information on another video, or any more further information you need here from us. And then, give us a like, that helps our channel, and then subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Okay, one of the coolest things here in Oceano, California, is that you're going to be able to perhaps purchase a actual beachfront property, meaning that you are literally a home here and you're going to be able to walk onto the beach and so the sand and then the ocean. So there is a strip of homes there that you can purchase, and that's something here on the Central Coast. So they will have some high ticket dollar amount, but not if you are buying in perhaps Avila Beach or Pismo Beach. And again, you kind of might push it up a little bit there, but it's typically Oceano is not as prime as those other locations. So you can have an opportunity to purchase a home. I think one this year or earlier this year in 2021 did sell for about $2 million. And there's some inner streets right here off a pier, and we've got some footage of that you can see here. There are homes that are really easy walking distance straight onto the beach. So that is an opportunity. It's pretty cool in Oceano that you can have a beachfront property. One of the things that you do need to kind of take note of while you're researching Oceano is we do have some homeless here, particularly in some of the wooded areas or lakey areas that we have in Oceano or near the beach. It's just a vast open space as you look at the topography and the landscape. So, unfortunately in that population that we have, which isn't big, we're not talking LA or San Francisco that you've maybe seen as you're looking on the news. Of course, the news has to hype everything up, but there is a serious problem in those bigger cities. So you do get a little bit more of a feel for it here, especially as you're going down closer to the beach. The homeless are out and about, but there hasn't been too many crazy issues. Of course, there's always going to be here and there, but just be aware that that's around here a little bit more. So just take note of that. All right, and so the biggest draw that we have in Oceano are the Oceano Dunes. And this is one of 9 state parks throughout California that allows motorized vehicles on the beach. Okay, so today is a good day in Oceano. The wind isn't too bad. The beach is right behind me. There's the entryway we just saw. So this is a pretty huge thing for the Central Coast. There is also some controversy right now that we have going on about shutting down the Oceano Dunes. So that is something that at some point you should probably research as you're taking a look at the area. It just depends on what side of it that you're wanting to support. It has been a huge revenue stream for our area. It does attract about 1.5 million people to explore, you know, the dune buggies, ATVs, and then, you know, people that bring their houses on wheels, you know, beautiful big motor homes. And you know, people have been doing that for generations, and coming into the area and having those memories that when they live 2 to 3 hours away. So it's a bittersweet thing. It's just, you know, to kind of consider that would be gone. So anyways, we do have Oceano Dunes. It's a fun thing to do for a lot of people. So that is something that is a big draw here in Oceano. So that is something that you definitely need to investigate. And if it's something you haven't done and are coming to California, the Central Coast in particular, find a spot to rent something and go out there and explore, because that is one of the biggest highlights here for Oceano. All right, so the only way that we can help you find that sweet spot here in SoCal County is you've got to reach out. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, email, whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. It does not matter, day, evening, weekends, we're here for you. So just remember, we've got your back when you're moving to the Central Coast, California. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.